Happy Friday, everyone. Or maybe it's not Friday today. I guess we won't know.
Fun Friday here.
Oh, it's Fun Friday. Definitely Fun Friday. So we are here with Gia Shaw. She is a coastal resident, and we are on the West Coast. And Gia is a therapist called RTT, and RTT stands for Rapid Transformational Therapy.
I'm not just to, I just want to, I'm not a true therapist, just to be clear.
Okay, I'm going to let you explain that.
Okay. I just want to, no, I'm not a therapist.
Okay, so we're going to let her explain that because that's about as far as I'm going to get with RTT. So, hello, Gia, and we're here so that we can learn something about RTT. So, first, can you tell us what is RTT?
Well, it is not therapy.
Okay, not therapy. You heard it, folks, not therapy.
So what it does, the thing that I'm most excited about is it allows you to create the life that you desire by changing your thoughts and beliefs.
Okay.
And everything we do, every habit we have, how we go about life is a result of what we think and believe. It all starts with our thoughts.
Right.
And we have so many thoughts that go through our minds, and we may not know, so many times we're not even aware that what we are saying to ourselves is not aligned with what we actually want.
Wow, I think that's probably a daily thing for most people.
Exactly. And so RTT gives you the tools to slow that down and to reprogram your thoughts and beliefs to align with what you actually want. Because we have some old patterns and old beliefs that we're not even aware of that are keeping us from doing that. Have you ever had something where it just, you've tried everything, you're just like, why do I always do this? And
Oh,
you
God,
just,
yeah, all the time.
yeah. And so that's where RTT comes in really well. So if I could, right now, if I could wave a magic wand and say, loop, that is gone. You're no longer going to do, you've tried everything. That is just something that you've tried your affirmations, you've tried your telling yourself that you're not going to do. I'm going to remind me to go back to telling yourself you're not going to do that. That's a powerful one. I'm going to go back to that later.
Okay.
That's a biggie. That right there is a game changer.
Okay.
So, is there anything right now where if I could wave a magic wand and say, this is no longer affecting you in that way, it would make a big change? Just think about that for a minute.
I think most people think that they'd always have something
Right.
to say this would make my life better or make this stop or make this go away. I think, yeah, everybody would have that one thing.
Yeah. So when we go into RTT, we pick that one thing.
Okay.
And you go into hypnotherapy. And the reason why this is so powerful is because we are often not even aware of where that thought or belief came from. Many times it could come from our childhood. And when we are younger, we're actually in our subconscious mind.
Right.
And that pattern, that thought, that belief was formed in our subconscious mind. And so here we are in our adult selves trying to change it, but we're trying to change it in the state that we weren't in, which is really challenging, and we don't even know where that came from.
Interesting. So you're saying we have to regress
Yes.
to where it was formed in order to solve it presently.
Exactly.
So how does RTT do that?
So we use hypnotherapy,
Okay.
and you go under hypnosis, and we look, it's called root cause therapy.
Okay.
And so you're not looking at all of the things now. You're looking at what three memories. You're not going back and reliving them, but you're kind of like you're going back and watching a movie. Because sometimes something that seemed really significant when we were 5 that we buried formed that and made that belief so real, and we hung on to that, and we may not even know that. And that's uncovered in RTT.
Can everybody be hypnotized?
Everyone who chooses to be. Our beliefs are really powerful.
Okay.
And so for some people, they may have fears or beliefs that may not allow them to get there. And so I say if you believe you cannot be hypnotized, you're most likely correct.
Okay.
So it's not for everyone, just like everything.
And if you believe that the lotto is going to change your life, is RTT going to work? You said you could wave a magic wand if we could change one thing. So does RTT solve those kind of issues? Winning the lotto?
Well, I think that winning the lotto is different than your belief system.
Okay.
That's it, and the
We're
key.
just playing with her.
The key, but no, you tapped on something important, because the whole key is we're focusing on right here. That's all we have control over.
Okay.
We cannot.
All right.
We
Good,
cannot.
fair point.
We have no control over what lottery's number is chosen.
Fair
so
point.
so often we put it out there, and we're like, if only they did this, and we put it all out there. It's an inside job.
Okay.
Anything you can do internally, you can change. We can't change what goes on out in the world.
Is RTT is it like a counseling therapy where you do this every week for extended amounts of time? Can this be a quicker session group thing? How does that part of it work?
The secret sauce, because what happens is this ideas and these thoughts and programs were created a long time ago, and it's kind of like our old patterns are like grooves in our brain.
Right.
So it's in there. And so what we do with RTT is we reprogram. We and I'm going to go into this more, but we erase that old belief and we put a new one on. But when we go on with life, it pops up again. Mm-hmm. And so the most important thing is, after the session, I work with people to create a personalized recording that covers what we did. It's actually hypnotherapy, but it also goes into a broader thing. And so if you go to an RTT session and leave and expect to never have that belief again,
it's not a magic one cure and you're done.
No, you need to reprogram, because that happened over time. And so when I first work with people, I'm like, we are going to work on this recording together. Will you give yourself the gift of spending that time each day to listen to it? And if you do that, if I'm working with someone and they call me 2 months later and say, this isn't working, my first question is, are you listening to your recording? And the answer is always no.
So you would say some of the basis for RTT is repetition.
Yes, because you got that belief from thinking that for sometimes 40 years. And so we need to reinstall those new thoughts and those new beliefs, and that takes time.
So who are the best candidates? What kind of qualities do you see in people that you have sessions with and your clients? When they come to you, what kind of qualities are you looking at that they have? Are they desperate? Are they in trouble? Are they addicts? Are they going through pain addictions? Are they having family problems? What is it?
One of the main things is unwanted habits. So losing weight, smoking, addictions. The other big one right now, especially, is fear and anxiety.
Absolutely.
Stress.
Yeah, I could see that. Our world is in a real heightened sense of anxiety and fear and aggression, and we're just in a really tenuous place right now. So
so when you can have the tools to not be reactive, but to tune in and refocus that. And one thing that's big with fear and anxiety is, and one thing that we cover in RTT that's really important, is we go in, and when we find where that came from, there's no shame. There was a time when that was needed. You may have been in a situation when you were a child where you needed to be on alert, and that was required for your safety. And that served a purpose, and we honor that. And you never want to think that it's something bad. You want to be grateful that that was a gift that you had and that you needed it when you were young and you didn't have the skills and the tools that you have as an adult. That was required oftentimes for your survival. And there's still a part of you that believes it's still required. Even though your situation has changed and it's no longer required, we want to honor it and lovingly release it and replace it with that safety, knowing that you're okay now. You did your job is done. I'm okay now. And it's giving yourself that peace and that calm back.
Well, it sounds like a gift. If you can rewire somebody to be able to move forward instead of continually being stuck in the same place, that's a gift. Yeah. So we wanted to go back to, you said to remind you of telling yourself that things you're not going to do.
Yeah. Okay. So this is when I learned this. I went and Marissa Peer. I learned RTT, and when I learned this, it was a game changer. And applying this to my life and sharing that with others has been huge. So how many times do you say, "Oh, I don't want to do this," or "Oh, don't fall," or "Don't," that happens all the time, right? So right now, don't think about strawberries. Whatever you do, don't think about strawberries. No strawberries for you.
Right. And I'm thinking about strawberries.
Right. And so, yeah. And we wonder why when we say, I'm asking for this not to happen, it happens. Right. Our mind transfers our thoughts into pictures. Give me a picture of no.
N-O.
There's no picture for no. And so anytime,
N-O, no.
Anytime, and if you take away one thing from this video and you apply this and pay attention to your internal dialogue and be like, where do I have no or don't want? Even words are powerful, even needing and wanting. You're in the lack.
Right.
You want to approach, you want your thoughts and beliefs to align with the reality you want.
Well, this is a major shift for I would say most of the whole entire United States. There are those of us out there that are waking up and that deal in the modality world of yoga and meditation and Reiki and rocks and herbs and all kinds of things. We've got a community of everything from witches to Christians, and we all are seeking something and solutions, and some are seeking currently more solutions than others, and we constantly have this big awakening going on right now where people are distraught and confused and feel stuck. So RTT definitely sounds like something that would be another tool in a tool belt to help select individuals that feel like they need this. And if you have further questions about RTT, this is on Gia's Facebook channel, and we'll transfer it over to an Instagram and a TikTok, but feel free to reach out to Gia.
GiaShaw.com.
She is not a therapist.
Oh, but we don't even that.
But it is kind of therapy. So,
and I do coaching too. It goes, there's lots of different things, but I have found that when you can, if there's one thing that's just nagging and you're like, it's just that stickler, and chances are, and you've tried everything, chances are it was created in your subconscious mind when you were young, and you can try everything, but until you get to the root of that, love it, release it, and replace it with safety and empowering thoughts, nothing's going to change. And knowing that there's something out there that has the power to do that, changes. And people, it's so awesome, because I'll do an RTT session with someone and they'll come in and they'll be in the chair going, I don't feel like the same person right now. And I'm like, you aren't.
That's awesome.
You aren't. And and it's just so beautiful to watch that transformation, and then to see how that can change everything. And knowing that you have what it takes to be and have who you want to be. And like we talked about with the lottery, we have no control over things outside of here, but in here, we can be solid, calm, and peaceful. Anything can happen out there, and if we're good out here, then we're at that vibration, and what we're bringing out into the world changes everything in such a positive way. And that is, that's the goal right now.
Well, you guys heard it. If you need help finding out what you already own and what you have, and you just need help uncovering it, call Gia.